It's for Indiana and for Westmoreland. So we'll go back to the top and we'll work our way back down. Now, first of all, since I have the rain on here, the reflectivity, I want to show you how this is bowing out again. Again, this is going to be extremely strong winds coming through, whether you have a tornado or you do not, okay? It is going to be 60-mile-per-hour winds likely. This is moving towards Germany, Armagh, Seward, New Florence, okay? Claghorn, Vittendale. This is moving in your direction. Brush Valley, you also could be seeing this. Baldwin Furnace, you will also be seeing some very strong winds that'll be moving towards you, also down towards Rachelwood and Hillsdale, all right? As far as the rotation, let's go and get both these on here. We'll knock out two at once. So you can see, okay, so they're almost converging. So we're not seeing a lot of rotation in the one on top, but it's almost like they've come together. At Torrance and Bolivar, this is where we're seeing that rotation right now. Right along here, okay? This rotation right here that is moving generally in this direction, okay? So that's where I am seeing the rotation at this time. And likely we could have some up to the north as well. We're going to clear it off and look through our shear rate. And boy, you can really see that line that's moving through. I can't stress enough how much damage the straight line winds are likely going to cause in addition to this tornado warning. But all of this is moving towards Claghorn, Germany, Brush Valley, New Florence. And again, we still have the tornado warning in effect until 9 o'clock tonight. And let's get back to this. There we go. So there we are. So we have the strongest area of rotation right now over Bolivar, Climax, India, Germany, New Florence, Robb, Seward, Robindale, Heights. In those areas, you'll need to be getting to your tornado safe place. Then let's see if we can get some times to the towns here. Bolivar, 8:39, so right now. New Florence, 8:46, Seward at 8:52. But this could certainly move faster than that, and I would say it probably will. So definitely get ready now for this to move in your direction. Let's go ahead and clear that off. And we're going to look up here to the north once again and see if we're seeing any rotation. No, I think most of it right now is down towards Bolivar. Now let's take it down to the south for that other tornado warning that is in effect until 9 o'clock, and you can already see where we're having that rotation right now. Davistown, this just moved into your area. Bobtown, Wiley. This is getting ready to move across the river at Marble Hill, Dilliner, at Greensburg, and Martin. So this is where we are seeing the shear right now. Not quite as pronounced as it was previously, but still showing a good deal of rotation that's moving in this direction right here. Okay, let's get in a little closer here. So New Geneva Road is down this way. Dunkard, we're looking at Locust Hill, Cornish, Crystal, Woodbridge Town, Smithfield, Haydentown, Bowood. In those areas, Greensboro, Mapletown, Fayette. In these areas, you're going to want to be taking your precautions at this time. You can see it just updated right now. We'll go ahead and get back here and see this. Yeah, so the rotation is a little bit broader, which is good news, but still it is rotation, which is bad news. We're going to go back up to the north and show you what's happening with these guys here. Again, all of these tornado warnings in effect until 9 o'clock tonight. And I want to make sure we're not missing anything down to the south. It does not look like it. Okay, so this is interesting. So we're showing in Bolivar, Germany, New Florence. That's where we're showing the one area of rotation. And we were talking about two areas of rotation earlier today. So there's one area of rotation. Here is a second area of rotation. That is moving in that direction right now, okay? So let's get in a little closer here. So this is getting ready to move across Patterson Road. This is heading towards Clark Hollow Road, West Fairfield, Baldwin Furnace, Germany, Bolivar, Climax, New Florence, Germany, Robb, Seward. You are under the gun right now for rotation and the potential for a tornado moving in your direction. That rotation is just to the west of you, and it is going to be moving in your direction. So right now we are showing two areas in a very close proximity along that front, along the Bow Echo, where we're seeing the straight line winds. They're going to be 60-mile-per-hour winds anyway, at least. And then we're having these spin up along that front line here. And I'm showing you right now where we are seeing those. Let's go ahead and get the line on here. You can see where we're seeing this push through. Here is the front line right here that is pushing across the area, and where we are seeing the spin up along that line. So that's getting a little much there. But you can see the areas. And also I want to point out the areas in purple, that is hail. So Blacklick, Heshbon, Claghorn, Coral, Boulevard, Germany, you're all going to be seeing some hail, and it could be large hail moving in your direction, okay? So one more time, we'll do rotation here, then we'll head it back down to the south. And still seeing rotation in the New Florence area. Climax heading for Robb, Baldwin Furnace. We're seeing rotation there. And not as much rotation down to the south at this time. And I just want to make sure we're not missing anything up to the north along this line, because it can really spin up anywhere along this line. And right now, that looks like the most prominent rotation we're seeing at Climax Road. It'll be moving, it's probably moving across Robb Road at this time at Furnace Lane, heading for Robb, New Florence. And all the people who are in front of this storm, you're going to want to go to the lowest level of your house, your basement if you have it. Stay away from the outside windows. You'll want to go to a small room like a closet or a bathroom, or you'll want to go to under the stairs would be an excellent choice as well if you are in the path of this rotation and potential tornado. Let's go back down to the south. We'll go to tornado warning number 3. See what kind of rotation we have there. And there it is. Of course, all of these, again, tornado warnings that are in effect until 9 o'clock tonight, and we're still seeing some rotation just as it's moving across the river at Blosser Hill. And let's point this out once again, where we're seeing that rotation. That is in this area right here. It's not tremendously tight, but it is a long ways from the radar at this time. So you wouldn't expect it to be completely tight, a couplet or a gate-to-gate shear. So this certainly has some rotation with it, heading towards Cornish, Rubble Mill, Smithfield, and Spring Hill. Those are the areas that you need to be in your tornado safe place. Point Marion and Davidson as well. Eventually, this is going to be heading towards Fairchance, as well as Point Breeze, Wharton Furnace, Elliotsville. Okay, that's moving in your direction. And we're going to take another look here and see what kind of shear that we have with this. And it looks like this is not as much rotation. That's good news. That does not mean you're in the clear. Tornado warning for another 15 minutes in this area. But right now, it does not look like you have as much shear as you were showing earlier today. I want to see where we are here. So again, we're right along that front line of the Bow Echo, where we're seeing these things spin up, okay? So we're getting winds at the surface with this front that are going pretty much straight ahead, and then winds above, not much higher, that are going up towards the north, and that's causing that rotation. And you can see this is extending all the way down to the south to Morgantown. They could likely be in this situation as well. Again, right now, this is the area, Blosser Hill, Davidson, Spring Hill, Cornish, Rubble Mill, Smithfield, Fairchance, and those areas, you're going to have the potential of seeing certainly rotation and possibly seeing a tornado in your area. And now we're seeing a little bit more rotation right here. It is down towards the Point Marion and Davidson area. Spring Hill, Cornish, you're going to be under the gun next as this moves in your location. Please go ahead and get to your tornado safe place. And now we're going to go ahead and move on up to the north. And we have one tornado warning left at this time. As I was showing you that we had the one area that was really showing the rotation in New Florence. So they've let the other one go early. That was supposed to be till 9 o'clock, so no more rotation down to the south. It's just this rotation we were talking about at New Florence that's just moved across Robb Road, heading for Furnace Lane, Sugar Run Road, okay? And let's point it out here. This is the rotation we're looking at. Oh, just moved. Let's clear that. Okay. So this is even tighter rotation right here at Sugar Run Road, and this is moving right in this direction. And let's get out a little wider here so we can show the towns. Iron Street and Minersville, Brownstown, Johnstown. This is moving just to the north of you. This is going to move across Hawes Pike. This rotation, and this is tighter rotation. I'm a little more concerned about this. And you can see right there, anywhere where you're seeing that white. So, okay, so with this, it's either a tornado or you are going to be seeing very strong straight line winds moving in. Either way, it causes damage. So you're going to want to be getting down to your basement as this moves through the area. Just went through Robb, not directly over it, but likely New Florence had a rough time, as well as Climax with this as it moved through your area. Okay, and right there is where we're seeing that rotation. I'm going to clear this off. Remember, rotation is right here, so we can go out to the east here. East Conemaugh, Woodvale, Brownstown. This is going to be heading towards Pleasant Hill, Wesley Chapel, Echo, Vinco, Bon Air, all those areas. And this is the Johnstown area, Prospect, Brownstown. Also Decker Avenue, Hawes Pike. This is moving in your direction. So if you're in those areas, I need you to go to your tornado safe place, or at least get very close to it as this begins to move into your location. And now we're going to head on down to the south for the other. Let's wait it out. There we are. Okay, let's see what's happening here. We're going to start first with the straight line winds. Right now, Smithfield, this is heading for you. Haydentown, Cornish, Spring Hill, Woodbridgetown, Point Breeze, Wharton Furnace, Elliottsville. This is all moving in your direction. Going to be some very, very strong straight line winds, very heavy rain, lightning, and the potential for hail. And now let's look for that rotation in there. That looks like it's down towards the Point Marion area. Not as strong on this run, on this scan, but this is where we are seeing it. Down towards the Locust Hill, Point Marion, Davidson area, heading for Gans, Cornish, Spring Hill, in that direction, almost right along the border, right there of West Virginia and Pennsylvania. Let's widen this out so you can get a little better view of what. There's Morgantown, there's Masontown, there's Carmichael's, there's Waynesburg, there's Uniontown. So, and there's the board. This is the border right here. You can't pick that out. So it's almost going right along the border there. This is getting ready to push through the Bunker Hill area and Spring Hill, Cornish, Crystal, Locust Hill. And then it looks like it will get into even more rural areas. Spring Hill, Furnace Road, this is moving in your direction. So please take your precautions. And there it is, also showing some rotation up further to the north. Woodbridgetown, Haydentown, Smithfield, all of those locations. This is moving in your direction. All right, we're going back up north. Okay. So this is just about out of the tornado warning area, but I'm still showing rotation, and it's just getting ready to move into Johnstown, which is another National Weather Service office, and actually, for most people there, other TV stations that they watch to see this, and this is moving into Oakhurst. But we're still seeing rotation. If you're in Oakhurst, Johnstown, Conemaugh, Park Hill, Bon Air, let me point this out to you. Right here is where we're seeing that rotation, right over Oakhurst. Okay? All of you right here should be getting into your tornado safe place at this time. That is where we are seeing it. And that is pushing just out of the tornado warning box. So we will see if this is going to continue. Jill, do you have anything back there on whether this is continuing? Okay, so that means they're going to keep it till 9 o'clock likely if they haven't said anything.
We're going to continue the one down south to into Fayette County until 9 as well.
Okay.
Everybody else has been dropped.
Okay, so there we go. So this is, go down to the one south. This one is going till 9 o'clock, so it has enough spin to keep it going. Again, right along the border of West Virginia, just north of the West Virginia border in Pennsylvania. Point Marion towards Bunker Hill Road, Crystal, Cornish, Spring Hill, Woodbridgetown. In these areas, that's where we're going to be seeing this rotation moving in your direction. It's getting a little broader here. It's actually kind of going down in this area. So Spring Hill, 8:56, so that's coming up here pretty quick, and probably a little bit quicker than 8:56, just a few minutes away. You need to be getting to your area right now, and you can see that in those areas, that's where you will want to go to your tornado safe place as this moves towards the Spring Hill area. You can see the rotation is getting pretty broad there. Shear rate right over the Cornish Crystal area and pretty much right along that front edge that we're seeing buoying out a little bit. This doesn't look quite as bad. I mean, when I say not quite as bad, I'm talking about still 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts out of this. But it's not buoying out quite as much, although if you're in Spring Hill, you're probably saying it's blowing hard enough right there. Now, of course, this is moving down towards Morgantown, who is also seeing some bow echoes down there in that area as well. Also up towards Chadville, Fairchance, up towards Uniontown. Uniontown, get ready for this to move into your area. Heavy rain, lightning. I'm going to put the lightning back on here. A tremendous amount of lightning with this as it's pushing through many of these areas. And you can see this is heading towards, heading up towards close to the Farmington area, Elliottsville. The front line is heading towards Cheat Lake at this time. Eventually Deep Creek. And just taking another look at what we're seeing here. Again, pretty broad rotation, but this is a long ways from the radar. So what we're talking about here is we're shooting this radar at a half a degree up. So once it gets out so many miles, it's out quite a few miles here, all the way down to the West Virginia border. It's pretty far up in the air. So this is showing us what's happening pretty far up in the atmosphere, many thousand feet up in the atmosphere. So even if you don't have the really tight rotation that we're showing here, it's showing that we have broad rotation that's going on in the upper levels, several thousand feet up in the air. And then this at the ground still could have a be very tightly wound. So that's why we got to take this very seriously, and we will all the way until 9 o'clock this evening. Point Breeze, Elliottsville, Wimp's Gap, this is moving in your direction. You can see we just had an update and still seeing rotation. Spring Hill, Crystal, Bunker Hill Road, Cornish. This is moving towards you. Again, let's draw it on here, right about here. Almost right on the border now. This is moving in this direction. So Spring Hill is under the gun at this time. We're going to head up north, see if we still have a tornado warning, and we do. So let's check it out. Right now, we are showing that the rotation is off near the Johnstown area, and we'll keep with it till 9 o'clock. East Conemaugh, Echo, Vinco, Westmont, and again, the tornado warning in effect until 9 o'clock this evening. But that rotation has moved off to the east. And in Johnstown, they are likely not watching us. So we are going to go back down to the other tornado warning, where we definitely have viewers. I shouldn't say nobody is watching us up there. We have far less viewers in those locations. So the areas that this is going to be impacting, most people know where the Laurel Caverns are. This line is getting ready to move into those locations. White Rocks, Route 2001, and the Allegheny Trail. Okay, it's rural area, obviously. Eventually, this is heading up towards Ohio Pile, Chalk Hill, Farmington area, Elliottsville, and Gibbon Glade, because obviously this is a wide area where we're seeing some very strong wind gusts that are moving through. Let's get back and check out the rotation again. So, again, very strong straight line winds from Brownfield, Uniontown, Brownfield, all the way down towards the Morgantown area. As you can see right there, just went through Morgantown, just going through Uniontown, just getting ready to hit Chalk Hill, Farmington, Ohio Pile, up towards Fairmont. Let's check out the rotation on this. And still, we're seeing some rotation down towards the Cornish and Spring Hill area. Storm relative velocity, which is rotation. And again, still seeing broad rotation, but still it's right over that Spring Hill area. And shear rate, as you can see.
That one was dropped.
Okay, so the one up north now has been dropped. The Indiana and Westmoreland tornado warning has been dropped as we thought it would, is that the rotation is east and into the Johnstown area. So now we just have this one left tornado warning that's going to be in effect here for just 3 more minutes, and we'll stick with it until then. Right now we're seeing some fairly broad rotation, but still rotation in the area, so you'll want to definitely be taking your precautions. So let's go ahead and take a look. Storm relative velocity, and still seeing Spring Hill. You're the one that's under the gun right now. This is almost going directly down the border at this point. Wimp's Gap, this is heading in your direction. Heilman Road, this is towards you. Gibbon Glade, Clifton Mills, Salem, Five Forks, Elliotsville. All of those locations, this line is going to be moving towards you, and you certainly could be seeing some rotation moving in your direction. And we're going to go ahead and take a wider view here and show you what's happening across the entire area. We have that tornado warning, which is down to the south. Of course, we still have severe thunderstorm warnings up to the north, out to the east. That's in effect until 9 o'clock as well. Most everybody has seen this move through, but we still have some very strong winds that are moving through the Morgantown area. Certainly some very numerous amounts of lightning in the Johnstown.
When you come across a fellow penguin, you know they chose a solid foundation from business to humanities and more. Youngstown State University was the key to their success. They know why. It's time you knew too.
Many times people are injured at work. Our goal is to maximize what we can get for you to help you move on with your life, whether it be wage loss, medical benefits, or a lump sum settlement. We fight for you.
Call us at 888-99-DUGAN.
It's Allied Milk Producers Barnyard Competition. Pin down your 3 servings per day. Milk helps your body recover and prepare for your next endurance. Milk's essential nutrients put you at the height of your game. Drink up with milk. It's your fuel to fly. A message from the Allied Milk Producers.
Every person's story starts with a set of facts, young or old, urban or rural, native or immigrant, thriving or just getting by. Those facts matter. They allow us to talk about our different experiences of America and our shared ones. I'm Soledad O'Brien. Please join me for conversations as diverse as America on Matter of Fact, Sunday mornings at 11 on WTAE Channel 4.